Welcome to Untoz Sports. Today we're entering one of the most intense stages of the UEFA Champions League season, the 2025/2026 playoffs. These matches are not just about football, they are about survival. One mistake, one red card, one bad defensive decision, and a club's entire European season can collapse in just 90 minutes. This is where pressure destroys teams and where underdogs become legends. In this video, I'm going to preview and analyze every first leg playoff match taking place between February 17th and February 19th, 2026. We'll talk about tactics, key players, match tempo, possible surprises, and at the end, I'll give my final predictions on who I think will qualify. If you enjoy Champions League content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Untoz Sports, and comment your predictions below. Let's get straight into it, because this playoff round is absolutely stacked. We start with Galatasaray versus Juventus. This is one of those matchups where the stadium atmosphere could be as dangerous as the opponent. Playing in Istanbul is never easy, and Galatasaray will come into this match with energy, intensity, and a clear plan. Make Juventus uncomfortable from the first minute. Galatasaray will likely press aggressively in the opening phase, using the crowd to build momentum and force mistakes. Their main strength is emotional football combined with physical intensity, and if they score early, this tie can become a nightmare for Juventus. But Juventus are built for these European nights. They have the mentality and tactical discipline to survive hostile away legs. Expect Juventus to play more controlled football, focusing on structure, defensive organization, and attacking through quick transitions. Juventus will try to slow the game down, kill the tempo, and punish Galatasaray with experience. The key battle here is midfield control, because if Juventus dominate possession, Galatasaray's intensity will start fading. The player to watch for Juventus is their main forward and creative midfield link-up, because one moment of quality could silence the stadium instantly. My prediction for the first leg is a tight game, but I can see Juventus getting a draw, or even a narrow win. I'll go with a 1-1 or 1-2 away performance for Juventus, but this is definitely a tie that can explode. Next up, AS Monaco versus Paris Saint-Germain. This is not just a Champions League playoff. This is a French derby with Champions League pressure, and that combination is always chaos. Monaco are a dangerous team in transition. They are fast, fearless, and they love to attack space behind the defense. If Monaco play aggressively, they can cause PSG problems, especially if PSG's defensive line gets caught too high. But PSG have the individual quality that can decide a match at any moment. They have world-class attackers, and even if Monaco dominate for long periods, PSG can score out of nowhere. PSG's biggest advantage is their ability to create goals through pure talent. Their biggest weakness, as always, is concentration. If PSG lose control emotionally, Monaco will punish them. This match will likely be a battle of speed versus control. Monaco will try to play fast and direct. PSG will try to dominate possession and force Monaco deeper. The key player to watch is PSG's main attacking star, because if he's in form, Monaco will struggle to survive. My prediction is that PSG win the first leg, but Monaco will definitely score. I'll go with 1-2 PSG or 2-3 PSG in a very entertaining match. Now we move to Borussia Dortmund versus Atalanta, and honestly, this might be the most chaotic match of the entire round. Dortmund at home is always high-tempo football, heavy pressing, and wide attacking play. They love using their wingers and fullbacks to create overloads, and their stadium atmosphere is one of the strongest in Europe. Atalanta, however, are basically chaos in tactical form. They press, they attack with numbers, and they never stop running. Atalanta will not sit back in Germany. They will fight Dortmund with aggressive pressing and intense man-to-man battles across the pitch. This match could easily turn into a goal fest, because both teams have defensive vulnerabilities when the game becomes open. The key factor here is discipline. Whoever controls the transitions better will win. Dortmund's key players will be their wide attackers and their midfield engine. Atalanta's danger will come from their aggressive forward runs and their ability to create chances quickly. I expect goals in this one, and I think Dortmund at home will have a slight advantage. My prediction, Dortmund win 2-1 or 3-2, but Atalanta will absolutely make this tie dangerous. Now we arrive at a massive European classic, Benfica versus Real Madrid. This is not a normal playoff match. This is a Champions League blockbuster. Benfica at home is a serious challenge for anyone. Their fans create an intense atmosphere, and Benfica are usually very organized tactically. They play with high energy, strong pressing, and they are excellent at building attacks through the wings. Benfica will try to start fast, score early, and create a night that Real Madrid won't forget. But Real Madrid are Real Madrid. They are the kings of the Champions League. Even when they are not playing their best football, they always find a way. They have experience, composure, and players who are built for pressure moments. Real Madrid will likely approach this match with patience. They will absorb Benfica's intensity, slow the tempo, and then strike when Benfica starts taking risks. The key battle here is Benfica's pressing versus Real Madrid's ability to escape pressure. If Benfica can win the ball high up the pitch, they can shock Real Madrid. But if Real Madrid break the press, Benfica's defense will be exposed. The player to watch is Real Madrid's main playmaker and their attacking forward line, because one counterattack can change everything. My prediction is that Real Madrid get a strong result away. I'll go with Benfica 1, Real Madrid 2. But Benfica scoring first would not surprise me at all. Next we have Qarabağ versus Newcastle United. And this is one of the most underrated ties because Qarabağ at home is always a tricky challenge. The travel, the pitch conditions, the atmosphere, it's not a comfortable European away day. Qarabağ will likely play compact football, focusing on defensive discipline and trying to create danger through set pieces and counterattacks. Their goal is simple: survive the first leg and make the second leg in England stressful. Newcastle, on the other hand, will come into this match with physicality, intensity, and Premier League pace. They will try to dominate duels, press high, and score early. Newcastle's biggest strength is their aggression and energy, and Qarabağ will struggle if Newcastle control the tempo. The key player to watch is Newcastle's striker and their midfield leader, because if they perform, Newcastle should be too strong. My prediction is that Newcastle win this first leg. Qarabağ might score from a set piece, but I'll go with 0-2 or 1-2 Newcastle. Now we move to Bodø/Glimt versus Inter Milan, and this is another match that could surprise people. Bodø/Glimt at home in Norway can be extremely dangerous. The weather conditions, the artificial pitch, and the high-intensity pressing style can shock big teams. Bodø/Glimt will try to make this match fast, aggressive, and uncomfortable. Their strength is their team chemistry and their fearless attacking football. But Inter Milan are one of the most tactically mature teams in Europe. They know how to manage difficult away legs. Inter will likely focus on control, defensive stability, and efficiency. They don't need to dominate possession to win. They can absorb pressure and punish mistakes with clinical finishing. The key factor will be whether Inter can handle Bodø/Glimt's intensity in the first 30 minutes. If Inter survive that phase, they should win. My prediction is Inter Milan to win the first leg, but not easily. I'll go with 1-2 Inter, with Bodø/Glimt scoring and creating a few dangerous moments. Next, we have Club Brugge versus Atlético Madrid. This match is basically football suffering versus football patience. Club Brugge are strong at home, they are organized, and they play with energy. But Atlético Madrid are one of the hardest teams in the world to break down. Atlético will likely play deep, compact, and disciplined. They will allow Brugge to have possession and then strike on the counterattack. This match will probably be decided by one goal. Brugge will need to be extremely careful with defensive mistakes because Atlético punish errors better than almost any team. The key player to watch is Atlético's striker and their midfield destroyer, because Atlético will want to win the physical battle and control the rhythm. My prediction: Atlético Madrid wins 0-1 or 1-2, but expect a very tight and tactical match with low chances. Finally, we have Olympiacos versus Bayer Leverkusen. Some sources confirm this tie, and if it happens, it will be one of the most entertaining matches of the playoffs. Olympiacos at home in Greece is always intense. Their fans bring insane atmosphere, and Olympiacos will play aggressive football with strong pressing. Their main goal will be to create a fortress in the first leg and make Leverkusen panic. But Bayer Leverkusen are one of the most dangerous attacking teams in Europe. They play fast, modern football, with quick combinations, high pressing, and deadly counterattacks. Leverkusen's speed and attack could destroy Olympiacos if the Greek side overcommits. The key player to watch is Leverkusen's attacking leader, because if he gets space, Olympiacos will be in trouble. I think Leverkusen have too much quality and speed. My prediction, Olympiacos 1, Leverkusen 2. But if Olympiacos score early, the entire match could become wild. Now let's talk about the biggest potential upsets of this playoff round. The first one is Bodø Glimt versus Inter Milan. If Inter underestimate the intensity and the conditions, Bodø Glimt can punish them. The second is Galatasaray versus Juventus, because Istanbul is a different level of pressure. And the third is Benfica versus Real Madrid, because Benfica at home can absolutely produce a Champions League shock. Now here are the players you must watch in these playoffs. Watch the big game attackers, the players who live for pressure nights. Also keep an eye on midfield leaders, because in playoff football, midfield control is everything. Set pieces will also be a huge factor. Corners and free kicks can decide a tie, even when one team is clearly stronger. So now let's move into my final first leg predictions. Juventus to avoid defeat against Galatasaray. PSG to win against Monaco. Dortmund to win narrowly against Atalanta. Real Madrid to win away against Benfica. Newcastle to win away against Qarabağ. Inter Milan to win away against Bodø/Glimt. Atlético Madrid to get a strong away result against Club Brugge. And Leverkusen to win against Olympiacos. But the Champions League playoffs always create drama, and at least one favorite will suffer. And now, before we finish, Untoz Sports is officially preparing something huge, the Untoz Awards 2026. This season, we're going to track Champions League performances and build the biggest community-driven football award show experience. During the Champions League campaign, I'll be creating a watch list of players for categories like Best Goal, Best Young Player, Best Midfielder, Best Defender, Best Goalkeeper, and the biggest prize of all, the Untoz Player of the Year. So if you want to be part of the Untoz Awards 2026 voting, make sure you subscribe right now, because soon the nominations will begin and the community will decide the winners. Thanks for watching Untoz Sports. Drop your predictions in the comments. Tell me which team you think will cause the biggest upset, and I'll see you in the next video.
What manner of devil?
Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Michelle.
Untoz Awards is back.
I am Questa.